Up with KREM begins now.
Right now on Up with KREM, we are just 3 days away from the Final Four between Gonzaga and UCLA. We have coverage from Indianapolis.
Plus, if you're a fan of all things paranormal, take a look at the screen. That's a little paranormal right now. We've got a special guest for you. Actor Rainn Wilson joins us on Up with KREM today to tell us about his new podcast, available now.
And we are going to take you outside, talk a beautiful start to the day, and temperatures on the rise despite a little cloud cover.
And we want to thank you for joining us this morning here on Up with KREM. I'm Joshua Robinson.
Hi, good morning. I'm Tim Pham. It's good to have you here with us. Today we do have team coverage ahead of the big game coming up in just a few minutes. Dana Marie McNichol will show us the most searched topic during March Madness.
But we do want to check in first with KREM 2's Mark Hanrahan, who joins us live from Indianapolis this morning. Mark, you had a chance to talk with Gonzaga's president about some of the ways basketball has impacted the school. Tell us more.
Yes, good morning, Joshua and Tim. I did speak with Thane McCullough here in Indianapolis, and he'll be the first to tell you that going to the tournament every single year has brought Gonzaga a whole lot of exposure it wouldn't have otherwise gotten. I mean, they're one of 4 teams that will play here in Lucas Oil coming up on Saturday in the Final Four, and all that exposure generates more interest, and all that interest ultimately translates into more applications.
Well, let's see. I wanted to find one in particular.
Between conference titles and deep tournament runs, Gonzaga president Thane McCullough has plenty of hardware, including the ring from the last and only other time the Bulldogs went to the Final Four.
So this is Gonzaga's Final Four ring, and
McCullough says he brings the ring to tournament appearances for good luck and to spark conversation. And this year there is plenty to talk about.
Well, I think that it's unbelievable.
The team's been rolling through the tournament, winning their first 4 games by an average of 24 points.
It's a remarkable experience to be a part of, and I'm just grateful that we have the chance to do this and to see them advance as they have this year.
The team's continued success on the court has been a catalyst for the university's success. Since GU's Cinderella run back in '99, enrollment has increased by more than 80%. The budget has more than doubled. The school built a new basketball arena, baseball complex, and the multi-million-dollar student center.
Well, without question, I think the university has benefited from the profile that media coverage of basketball at the national level has created for us.
President McCullough points out that basketball isn't the school's sole driver and that its academic programs and mission attract a lot of attention too. But having one of the nation's top teams has undoubtedly helped Gonzaga grow.
And as a result, we've seen growing interest from across the country and around the world in what we do as a university. It's been great.
As for all those rings, he's hoping to add to his collection. That laugh cracks me up every time I hear it. By the way, when Gonzaga played in the national championship game in 2017, roughly 23 million viewers tuned in to watch that game. So again, a whole lot of exposure that institutions really dream of. Well, this morning we're also hearing from Gonzaga head coach Mark Few. He was on SportsCenter yesterday. Neil Everett, the host of that program, who actually grew up in Spokane as it turns out as well, asked Coach Few about if he ever dreams of winning the title.
When you close your eyes, do you ever dream about winning this thing?
Yeah, for sure. Especially with this group of guys, I think it would just be such a fitting ending to how they've been all year. I mean, they have just been remarkable all year with their competitiveness and their selflessness with how they play. Just been a joy to coach.
Do want to mention this is the second time in school history Gonzaga has had Final Four. They also broke an NCAA record for the most 30 wins in this season after beating USC in the Elite Eight. You can only watch Gonzaga in the Final Four right here on KREM 2. They're up against UCLA, the Bruins, for a spot to the national championship game. Tip-off 5:34 p.m. We'll also have live coverage from Indy after the game, and we'll be carrying the post-game press conference live as well. You can catch it all on Saturday, again, only on KREM 2. 2 more days. It was the day before, guys. Exciting times here in Indy.
Thank you for pointing out the day before. We appreciate that, Mark. Great stuff. I also want to ask you, too, we've been talking about the ice that, Thane brought, Dana Marie got to wear. Did you get a chance to kind of see how heavy those rings are?
it's funny because he brought him out like in this clear, almost like Ziploc bag. It was like this, he was toting them around. But yeah, I mean, they're substantial. Those things are pretty big. I mean, I had him put them all in his hands, and he kind of looked like Mr. T a little bit, but he says he brings them just to kind of spark a conversation and to generate some Gonzaga pride. It's a pretty cool thing, really.
Oh, so he wasn't just rocking them, wearing them all around. He was carrying them in a bag, I see.
He's got, strung up on a necklace, and then no, he just carries them around.
All right, Mark reporting live from Indy this morning. Thanks so much.
Well, this morning we're also taking a top look at the top Google trends during March Madness. Dana Marie McNichol tells us more about some of the most searched topics. Good morning, Dana Marie.
Good morning, Joshua. That's right. I mean, as the teams advance in the NCAA tournament, people are Googling who the Gonzaga Bulldogs are going to be going up against. So let's take a look at some of these trends and statistical data. All right, so the day that Gonzaga beat USC and UCLA beat Michigan, these were some of the most searched terms per state. You can see the entire Northwest is green. In fact, most of the country is green. Washington and Idaho are super dark green, indicating a high amount of searches. Now, California was actually the only state that was in that blue color. Most of the state searched for information about UCLA, but a small amount searched for USC. And an interesting feature in Google Trends right now is they have a bracket set up based on the amount of searches. So the winner for the men's bracket is Michigan, and Gonzaga didn't even make it out of the Elite Eight. Now, taking a look at the women's bracket, UConn wins overall for the most searches, and this one might actually be the one to match the very actual bracket. All right, 7:06 now, turning it over to Jeremy for a beautiful look outside.
Oh, wow, it is a beautiful look outside. Dana Marie, how did you know? She knows everything.
I don't know, because I am stuck in my house, so I just kind of guessed.
Oh, look out the window. Maybe you'll see something. Maybe a little bit of cloud cover. Who knows? All right, here we go. Well, I do. It's a little bit of cloud cover. We're kicking things off this morning on a warm note. In Coeur d'Alene, where we were looking at the lake, 30 degrees, 35 in Spokane, 32 in Moses Lake, and 28 up in Sandpoint. It's a mild start to the day thanks to a little bit of cloud cover. Remember, we've talked about it, that cloud acts as a bit of a blanket. And now that the sun is up, we are going to watch the wind pick up. I think here in the next hour, you're going to go, ooh, got a bit breezy. But instead of being a cold, brisk wind, today's wind is going to be warm, and that's what's going to help our temperatures rise. So we talk about the things that can warm us up. Radiation from the sun is always a great one. We saw that yesterday. That's what made it feel so warm. Today, it's kind of the wind. We will see a little bit of sun later on this afternoon, but the wind is what warms us up. And that takes temps from the mid-30s this morning to the mid-60s later on today. We will see a bit of sun, but all in all, it's cloudy and windy and warm on this Thursday.
Well, you know what a little bit of wind is going to help with, Jeremy? The flowing of a new flag in Spokane. And the Spokane Flag Commission is ready for all of us to make our final choice for the city's next flag. After receiving hundreds and hundreds of submissions, the field has been narrowed down to the final 12. Our Nicole Hernandez joins us right now to show how you can make your voice heard. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning, Joshua. So unfortunately, we're not seeing that wind blow through yet. The flags up on City Hall are pretty stationary for now, but you can see one of those, the Spokane City flag, will be new up there pretty soon here. So that is because of a new partnership between the Spokane Flag Commission and the Spokane Public Library, who are opening a new voting poll place for people like you to actually get involved in voting for the new city flag from home. So super easy, but we want to give you a look at what your options are. So take a look at this video here. You can see these are some of the flag finalists. We've shown you these throughout the process we've known that this flag process has been happening, and we even talked to some of the finalists a while back about the designs and what they mean to them.
This is where I'm also raising my family, and I want them to feel proud of their city. I want them to love living here, and I want to reflect that too with the flag and really give them something that they can say, this is my city that I'm proud of, and here's the flag that goes with it.
So here's how to vote now. Voting starts today and will last through all of April. All voters need is a library card to vote. They're free to sign up for any time to be able to cast that vote. You can sign up for a library card on SpokaneLibrary.org/sign up. And for people who are part of the Spokane tribe members who don't have access to the free access to the Spokane Public Library, there will be an alternative voting portal for you to cast your vote as well. Obviously exciting stuff, so take a look at all your choices, decide which one to vote for, and hopefully we can get a new one flying here in Spokane pretty soon. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Well, if you don't have a library card, you got to go get one now. Today, a great day to read a book. Temps in the mid-60s. Maybe you want to do it outside, but we got a little bit of cloud cover taking us through the day. Coming up after the break, we're talking your weekend forecast. Stick around.